Hi Scorpio, welcome to your weekly check-in for the 17th to the 23rd of December. The messages are for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising. Thank you very much to everyone who watches, likes, shares, comments on the video, subscribe to the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. If you want to book a personal reading, see the info in the description box below the video. So these are the oracle decks, or a couple of the decks I'm going to be using for today's reading. We're going to start off with the Akashic Tarot and get a message from that. And I am still treating this as an oracle deck. So that message, whatever comes out, will be your main theme, main focus, what you need to know for this weekly check-in. So for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising, what is the main message, main theme? What do they need to know? What do Scorpios need to know? I'm actually getting a no on that, to be honest. So you've got the Five of Forces and the Akashic Library, but yeah, something's telling me no. Okay, let's try that again. If it comes out again, the same cards come out, it's going to be hilarious. But anyway, yeah, whatever this is, it's a yes. Reflection, you're the third sign to get this, so I think who else had it? I know that Sagittarius just had it. Someone else had it as well. I should know it off by heart by this point. So I'm going to read the message from the book, and as I've told all the other signs, it has in this book, it gives a message for the card if it comes out upright and one for if it comes out reversed, and I'm going to read both because they are both relevant or could both be relevant. So it's a card of intuition, about intuition and tapping into that. So upright, it says, a full moon shines brightly over a quiet lake as a small ship glides gently through the water. The glow of the ship's lantern is reflected on the lake's surface along with the moonlight from above. This card can sometimes show a trip, particularly a trip over or by water. More important, it can reveal that you now have a direct line to your psychic gifts. Excuse me. You are also more aware of your emotions and are more reflective about them. You recognize the differences between your intuitive voice, which is calm and assured, and your lower emotional compulsions, which are urgent and sometimes fear-based. Let yourself gain even greater clarity and control over your emotions now. This would also be a great time for you to take classes in meditation, psychic development, counseling, healing, and other psychological and spiritual arts. If you have such an interest, your yin side is wide open and your receptivity is high. Trust your inner voice and you will be guided to greatness. So reversed, it says, reverse, this card can indicate a cancelled or changed trip. However, it often goes much deeper than that. Water, the symbol of your emotional energy, is now on top. It washes over you, blocking your reflective experience and disrupting your life's journey. Indeed, you may have been experiencing an inner battle between your emotional needs and your intuitive voice, with the emotions often winning. The astral energy that feeds your psychic sensitivity can get lost when the lower emotions take over. It's time to look within and understand the emotional storms that are influencing you. Do they stem from lack or fear? Find out what motivates your emotional ups and downs. Meditate to reconnect to your source. When you calm the emotional seas, you will again be illuminated from above. Okay, so yep, as I said, it's a card of intuition. Mainly, I mean, it spoke of psychic gifts, counseling, healing arts, that sort of thing as well. But let's get your tarot cards out. So I'm going to read the cards as I did in the previous weekly reading, where I do the past, present and future energies. And of course, we're going to start with a card that connects to the main theme. So another card from the tarot relating to this main theme. What else do we need to know about this? And funnily enough, with the Sagittarius reading, the Four of Swords came out. So it was like the same thing. It's pretty much the same meaning, reflection, contemplation. But for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising, what the hell? Scorpio? This is what came out for Sagittarius as the main theme. Okay. I mean, to be frank, I do have a friend who is a Scorpio. And I always suspected, I kept on thinking, like, even though I knew this person's birthday, because I've celebrated their birthday with them, if you're watching, hi, I always thought they were Sagittarius. And it's like, but I knew when their birthday was, so how? Because I just got Sagittarius energy from them. So I believe we looked up their birth chart and they do have Sagittarius rising. So the energy that I picked up, well, hang on, no, it's Sagittarius, not rising. We're not certain on the rising because they don't know their exact time of birth. Sagittarius moon, I think it was. So they're a Scorpio sun, Sag moon. So yeah, that Sag energy that I kept on picking up on, yeah. But it's really funny that this has come out for both Scorpio and Sag. So let's see what comes out for your past energies, Scorpio. And I am reading for the collective. I'm not reading for one person. So whatever comes out, it's hopefully resonates with more than one person. Nine of Swords, okay. And present or current energy. You have the Hermit. I mean, this is a reflective card as well. Well, more to do with introspection, I would say, but it is like an inner journey and a journey of reflection. So potential future, as the future is not set in stone. We have the Page of Cups. Is that in reverse? It feels like it needs to be up, so I'm going to take it up. Right, the first thing, or one of the things that has come to mind as the Nine of Swords and Hermit came out is if anybody is dealing with any mental health issues. Yeah, that has come to mind. I will say, because the Page of Cups is here, and for me the Page is the most vulnerable, feels for me like the most vulnerable of the pages. It's connected to spirituality, emotions, that sort of thing. If there are any mental health issues, then there can be an inner child connection to that. With the Hermit, it looks like you're going on a inner journey of discovery. So something might come up around the inner child. But yeah, mental health came to mind. And I'd say, can the Nine of Swords be connected to mental health? Maybe. I mean, it can be a kind of anxiety for a start. So yeah, maybe. Insomnia as well, even, although I wouldn't say insomnia is a mental health problem, but it can be connected to mental health issues, can't it? So let's get the clarifiers out for you here and see what comes up. I mean, reflection is definitely a thing here, and introspection. So you're probably trying to figure something out. So Four of Swords, why is that there? We have the Fool. We have the Page of Pentacles. This is probably going to be slightly similar to the Sagittarius reading, I'll be honest already. So if you do have Sagittarius as your sun, moon or rising sign, in addition to Scorpio being your sun, moon or rising sign, you may want to check the Sagittarius reading out, because I can see, I mean, apart from the fact that these two cards are the exact same cards that came out in the same place, the clarifiers are even similar. And obviously the Four of Swords, it could be about anything, but it's kind of giving a similar vibe. Anything else? Yeah, we'll take those. So I just want to look at that Three of Wands on its own. Although that Three of Wands could be like, I don't want to say confusion, but uncertainty. It could be uncertainty. So I'm already getting that. You might want to kind of start anew in some way, whether it's a new path, new direction, new job, new relationship, whatever it is, just something new in general, because you've got a lot of cards of, well, quite a few cards of newness here. You've got the Fool, which is taking a leap of faith. The Page of Pentacles, it's planting a new seed. Page of Wands is going off on a new adventure, but this Page of Wands in particular for me is answering the calling of something and exploring that. Strength card can be about courage, especially if you're not certain what's going to happen or how you do it. It takes courage to pursue it. So let's look at that Three of Wands, because that for me can be intentions, but then you've got it next to the Ace of Swords, which can often be about clarity. So you might be lacking, the whole point of the reflection cards being here might be that you lack clarity in terms of what you're in, exactly what your intentions need to be. Like you might have a general that I want to do something new, but in terms of the specifics of what you want to do that's new, you might not be certain with that. You might not be clear on that. So let's look at that Three of Wands. I mean, the star is about wishes, faith, hope. But, right. Okay, let's get one more for that. I do think I know what that means. Or a couple of ways of looking at that. Six of Wands. There's more than a couple of ways of looking at it now. Should I get another one? Okay, I think I will leave it there. So I'm getting a couple of things. So there may be a need for healing here because of that Three of Swords coming out next to the star. So there may be part of the reason for any uncertainty in terms in the sense of the exact intentions you want to put out could be to do with healing, that healing is needed for you to do this, or it could be part of the healing journey could be doing this new thing. The Queen of Pentacles, there may, I mean, there's definitely something about values here, maybe considering what you value, but there may be a self-worth issue as well. And sometimes that can hold us back. If we don't have a strong enough sense of self-worth, it can hold you back from pursuing a new path or pursuing something new, because it's almost like you feel like you don't deserve it, or you're not worthy of it, or you're not good enough for it, you're not good enough to do it. So the Six of Wands, for me, two ways of looking at this Six of Wands. So number one, you might be uncertain because you're worried about if it's going to be successful. That would be one thing. But again, it can also tie into that whole self-worth thing, because within self-worth, it's being respected and recognized, isn't it, and acknowledged. So you may feel in terms of self-worth that if you try to do something new, it's that kind of, well, you know, like say if you wanted to go for a new job, or something, or say if you were unemployed for a very long time and you wanted to go for a particular job and you feel like, well, who's going to hire me? You know, you might feel that you don't have the skills. You might be concerned about learning new skills, but just that general concept of, well, oh, who's going to hire me? Who would want to hire me? That is standing out there. So yeah, it's like, what did I say? So intentions, but uncertainty about either setting them specifically or just not knowing what intentions to set specifically. Let's look at the Ace of Swords as well. So you've got the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Cups. So I think the one thing that you are clear about, if nothing else, is that you want your freedom, and it is, again, it is a bit different from the Sagittarius reading, to be honest. It's slightly different, but the theme of reflection, wanting to do something new, and I believe the whole freedom thing, I've done quite a lot of readings today, this wanting freedom, I think that is similar to the Sag energy. But yeah, wanting to be free from whatever you've been doing, and you want something new, you want to be freed from that. It's something that you probably feel trapped by with that Nine of Wands there, and you're ready to walk away and leave it behind to go towards something new. But you may, as I say, you may not be 100% sure what new thing you want or how you want to do it. So that's why the whole reflection stuff is there. So you've got Justice, Knight of Pentacles. Okay, yeah. So Justice, it's obviously, if you're leaving something behind, you want to go towards something that feels more fair, more honorable. There's more integrity in it for you. The Knight of Pentacles is given a vibe of integrity. It's something that you choose to commit to. That honor and integrity is coming up strong with that Nine of Pentacles. I mean, it usually comes up strongly for me with Justice anyway, but especially with that Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, honor and integrity. The Hanged Man. Let me get one for why that Hanged Man is there. I feel like it's more kind of feeling in limbo. This particular reading, it's probably about feeling in limbo, but let's see. Something like the Two of Pentacles comes up with it, then it's definitely limbo. Let's see. Five of Cups. Okay, so again, with that Hanged Man, that could be more of that reflective, introspective energy. Again, the healing element of things comes in with that Hanged Man. There might be some inner work or spiritual work that you need to do with that Hanged Man being there and that Five of Cups, which it shows up here anyway. But yeah, there might be some sort of spiritual, like you might be here worrying about, oh, well, I haven't got the physical skills to do something, when it's more about needing to do some spiritual work and spiritual healing or spiritual growth. And that's what will get things moving if they're not already moving. Right, okay. Why am I getting with this Five of Cups? So obviously we know the Five of Cups can be about loss and grief, but I almost feel like it's about losing yourself. Strangely, very, very strangely, it feels like where someone's lost themselves, and the whole spiritual development thing is kind of about remembering who you are. I did the Leo video I've done as well for this month. If you have Leo in your chart as Sun, Moon and Rising as well, or Rising as well. No, it's not for this week, actually. It's the previous week. It was called Remembering Who You Wanted to Become. If Leo is relevant for you in your birth chart, you may want to watch that one. So that reading would have been for the 10th to the 16th of December. But if you are someone who feels like you've lost yourself or part of yourself, that reading might help in some way, shape or form. Right, so let's remove these. I mean, that Page of Wands can be connected to identity as well, can't it? And that might be part of the reflection, or any obstacle is that you'd feel like you don't know who you are anymore. I mean, the Hermit, as I said, it's a card of introspection, it's inner knowing, it's a journey of self-discovery. I think it is about self-discovery, isn't it? So that is kind of remembering who you are, your identity, discovering your identity. So let's look at that Nine of Swords. That's past energy, and it's, as I said, there was a vibe of mental health there, to be honest, or mental health issues. But in general, it's usually anxiety, worry, that sort of thing. So Nine of Swords. Okay, yep. We've got the Two of Swords. Okay, so if it is just anxiety, it is worry about the right choice. What's the right choice to make for a start? Yeah, so we're going to go for that one first. The Star. Five of Swords, okay. That King of Wands in reverse is giving me the energy of powerlessness, which with the card of anxiety, that is not surprising. So it's like whatever hopes, dreams, wishes that you have, desires that you have, it's feeling powerless to achieve them. You've got the Five of Swords there. And obviously the Five of Swords, it can be about conflict, manipulation. God, me and this Five of Swords, I know what the Five of Swords means, but every time I have to give words for it in a reading, I can only remember a couple when I've like got books full of information on it and I've read them and I just can never remember a bunch of the other words, like self-sabotage, that sort of thing as well. But I would say at present it feels like where your power was taken, or you lost your power. And this is past energy. So let's get one more after that. Oh, what one is, it hasn't come out, but it was the Nine, yeah. I mean, that is a loss of power. I've already described that she is like a caged animal, or feels like a caged animal, so I'll leave that there. So yeah, loss of power. Let's just get one more after the Five of Swords. We've got the Nine of Cups. Okay, let's clarify that Nine of Cups. I mean, I hope that's where you want something better for yourself. And I mean, with two truths, that does make sense, because the two truths would be number one, where you have your hopes, wishes, desires with the Nine and the Nine of Cups and the Star. But then the other truth, the second truth, is feeling powerless to achieve that, isn't it? So yeah, let's clarify it anyway, but I think that's pretty straightforward. Wow. Okay, yeah. It's feeling powerless to achieve whatever the hopes and dreams are. I mean, the Five of Cups, again, it's loss. Still getting that losing yourself thing. But loss, I mean, the Four of Pentacles is where you hold on to what you've already got. It's like you're afraid to make a move. Hanged Man again kind of feels like limbo, but it's also a message that some sort of spiritual development or inner work will be needed to sort of give you the maybe confidence. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but it's the only word I can think of, or the motivation or whatever it is to give you your power back. Which, to be frank, I mean, the Hermit is, as I said, it's introspection. That can be spiritual development too. So if this is the present energy, you're probably doing that, to be honest, which is a good thing, because then that'll help you. So let's put these back in the deck. I'm not going to look at anything else individually here because it's pretty straightforward. So Hermit energy is in the present. So as I said, it feels like you are probably doing this. You are on a journey, inner journey of discovery, or journey of inner discovery. Figuring out who you are, what you want. So the Hermit, please. Hopefully rediscovering your power with that Magician. So I've got the Knight of Wands in reverse, which I will probably look at on its own. Anything else for the Hermit, please? Hierophant in reverse. I'll probably look at that on its own as well. You might be, the word recovery is coming to mind, so you may be recovering your power. I mean, the Knight of Wands being in reverse, it doesn't mean it's necessarily the exact opposite. So upright, the Knight of Wands is about fearlessness. It's about going off on an adventure. In reverse, it doesn't have to mean the exact opposite. It can, for me, when cards are in reverse, it can mean it's a work in progress. So yeah, let's have a look. It depends on what clarifies it or what cards are next to it. I mean, it's got the Magician next to it, so it feels probably like it's more like a work in progress. I mean, the Magician is in between the Hierophant, which is something that can take your power away, can't it? This can be the rules and structures that kind of hold you hostage in a way, or control you, but it's got the Magician there upright. So you've got the King of Swords, okay. And I know sometimes I've said before in readings, when the Hierophant and the King of Swords are together, that the King of Swords feels like an authority figure that controls you. But here, it could relate more to you, but I'll probably clarify that on its own just to check. So we have, next to the King of Swords, we've got the Tower. You know what? Some of these cards are similar to what was in the Sagittarius reading. Like I'm sure the Hierophant and the Tower came out together, and the Chariot. Like I think the Hierophant was there, and then the Tower and the Chariot clarified it. I could be wrong about that, but the way I looked at it then, and it's still a similar vibe now, is that if the Tower's anywhere near the Hierophant and the Chariot's there, it's the old structures being torn down for the new, so that you can move forward, so that you can progress. So let's look at that Knight of Wands first of all. What is the Knight of Wands doing here? So we have, yeah, I think it's a work in progress. It's where you're freeing yourself, because you've got the Eight of Swords there, which is where you're kind of trapped, usually by your own thoughts. Again, mental health could be an issue here. And when I say mental health, it can be anything. I mean, anxiety could be included as a symptom of that. Depression. There could be learning disabilities or difficulties involved. Yeah, there's a bunch of different things in terms of mental health. With the Queen of Wands there, it suggests that, as I say, she's definitely someone who stands in her power. She shines her light, that sort of thing. She stands up for what she wants. So it's the energy of being a work in progress in terms of freeing yourself. Let's look at the Hierophant in reverse, please. Oh, I love this. I absolutely love this. So you've got the Seven of Swords in reverse and the King of Pentacles. To me, that is trusting yourself. It's where you trust yourself. Like, if these are the old rules that you followed and the old structures that kind of kept you trapped, it's now where you're coming into a time that you trust yourself more than that. Because the Seven of Swords is reverse. So that's where the lies, anything that's a lie comes out. And then the King of Pentacles there, that's somebody who builds for themselves, don't they? I mean, does it mean that you're going to be an entrepreneur or something? It could. It could mean you're starting your own business, but more importantly, it's that you build your own foundation, you build your own structure, or do it in your own way. Let's look at that King of Swords, and then I think, well, I'll finish with that. I love this. So, you know, when you do a lot of readings and you forget what you've said in which reading. So I said honor and integrity come up strong, and I literally cannot remember if I said it at the beginning of your reading or if it was in Sagittarius reading now. But the King of Swords for me can be, if it's not in the negative, if it's like the highest vibration of the King of Swords, then it is honor and integrity. And the Knight of Pentacles is that too, isn't it? For me, it's honor, integrity, commitment, discipline. It can be duty, but as I said before, whether it was in this reading or another reading, duty and discipline and those sort of things, it's how you use it. Like if you're using it in situations where, again, if you're using it in situations where it's just pure obligation and there's no value in it for you, then that's not great. But if you're directing that energy of duty, obligation, etc. to something that you value, then it's good. And this Eight of Pentacles, this is where you focus your energy, isn't it? So you've got the honor and integrity there, you've got the commitment and dedication, and that's the focus. But hopefully in this reading, with the energies that have come up, it's more about you focusing your energy, intentions, integrity, honor, commitment, whatever, to the things that you value. So let me just get one more for that. After the Eight of Pentacles. One more for the Eight of Pentacles. I'm curious about the Tower as well, so I'm going to look at that. I mean, it is just the old ways really falling apart. So you've got the Seven of Pentacles. I mean, that does ask, is it worth it? But with the Queen of Swords there as well, you've got the match there with the King and Queen of Swords. If it's your truth and you stand by your truth, then yes, it is worth it. Because if it's not, then you'll decide that you're not doing it anymore. So yeah, feels good. So let's look at the Tower. Tower, please. Well, you have a foundation, which is the Four of Wands, that is like in reverse. So I would say the old structure, the old foundation, gone. I mean, I'll get one more. And this could be anything in your life, really. It could be, as I said, I think I've mentioned jobs already, possibly. I don't know why I'm thinking about social status here. I don't know how that fits in, but yeah, there's something that could potentially be about social status. It could be to do with a structure or something involved. I don't know why mental health keeps on coming up. It really keeps on coming up. I don't know if somebody has been institutionalized and now they're sort of getting their freedom back or something, but that keeps on coming up for me in this reading. So there's that. There could be something relating to government, society, your home life, a relationship even. It could be anything, but it's just the old structure's gone and you're kind of, yeah, you're kind of trying to get your independence and freedom back. Yep, so one more for the Tower. And as I say, there's a reflection energy, so you're doing, it's the reflection is happening now. You're being introspective, and as I said, there was a part of it that was about where you may have lost yourself and you're trying to remember who you are again. So yeah, when the old structure's gone with that Tower and Four of Wands, you can create something new, you can birth something new with that Empress energy. So let's put all the clarifiers back, or the sub-clarifiers. So Page of Cups is future energy. And first off, so I did mention there could be some inner child work that assists you here. This Page of Cups for me, I mentioned vulnerability already, but also it's about expression as well, and being able to express yourself, but from a very pure and vulnerable place as well. So like whatever dreams you've had or desires you've had, it's being able to express those openly, or leading up to that. So I'll just get the cards back in the deck. There might be something creative here for someone as well with that Page of Cups energy, or As you might know already, the pages can be psychic, so there could be something, it could be spirit, this whole thing could be about someone's spirituality as well. Like it mentioned in the Akashic Tarot card about psychic, did it say something about psychic development or something? I mean, the Page of Cups could be considered to be intuition as well, I suppose. But why is that Page of Cups there? So I would say the Seven of Swords and Wheel of Fortune to begin with, before anything else is out. It's like taking a risk on kind of being vulnerable and kind of being willing to put yourself out there and do something new and express who you are. This is future energy for things to change in a massive way as well. I don't know when this Page of Swords came out, so I'm going to put it back. But that is like a new truth as well. So, I mean, it does make sense, but I just don't know when it came out, to be honest. So, well, we said intuition, didn't we? And the Queen of Cups, she is about intuition, but it's about trusting how you feel as well and being willing to express how you feel, not fearing, not having that fear. So again, vulnerability. Anything else? Six of Wands and the King of Pentacles. So I feel like with that Six of Wands, I know a lot of people would say it's about success, and it could be, but I feel like it's more about showing who you are, to be honest. King of Pentacles, again, it's the building, isn't it? Being able to build a solid foundation, being able to create and build abundance for yourself. We speak of him being a self-made man, and I have mentioned a million times that although he may be a self-made man, he can't do it completely on his own. He does still need some degree of support, but for the most part, he's not like heavily reliant on anybody else. There's definitely no codependency there with the King of Pentacles. He kind of has the confidence to do what he has to do and build from whatever, from scratch. So Six of Wands, I said that feels like it's about showing who you are more so than success. Could be success as well then, okay, with the Ten of Cups there. Do I want to take the Eight of Swords? I will take it. I'm not sure why, but I am going to take it. There might be something with this about the belief in your ability to be successful, actually, with that Six of Wands. I mean, success, it's dependent on the actions we take, isn't it? More than anything. Like, even if I sit here now as a future part of a reading saying, oh yeah, you're going to be successful, well, yeah, you can be, but it still requires your action, your intentions to do that. Like, it doesn't mean that you can go home and sit around and do nothing and you'll automatically be successful. You still have to do something to make that happen. So yeah, it could be success, but it might be that feeling of a feeling of confidence that you can achieve this as well. And I think I say that because of the Queen of Cups being there, which is a feelings card. There's that whole, I mean, I said that was taking a risk, but it can be about trusting yourself as well with the other cards that come up, depending on what comes up, because it came up in the last card there. But yes, maybe having that belief in yourself with the Eight of Swords there, because that's what holds you back mentally, isn't it? You may now have you may eventually get more of a belief that you can do this, that you have the power to create, that you have the power to build, that you deserve happiness even, that you can be happy, that you deserve to be seen and appreciated and valued. Because as I said, sometimes it's the feelings that can hold us back as well. Like we can kind of feel like we don't deserve things, and yeah, that interferes with it as well. So I'll leave that part of the reading there. So as I say, for the Page of Cups, it's a bunch of different things, isn't it? There's intuition, there's vulnerability, for some it's creativity, there's the whole expression thing, not being allowed to express yourself, which I suppose the Six of Wands, showing who you are and believing what you deserve, then that kind of removes some of the fear, doesn't it? And you will probably express yourself more and open up more if that happens. So let's get you some final cards of advice from the Angels and Ancestors deck. So from the Angels and Ancestors deck, what else do we need to know for Scorpio? So first of all, you have Father Sky, trust in the unknown. So if you are someone who's worried about if something's going to be successful, if you've got the skills, all that sort of thing, it is a case of partly developing trust in yourself and your abilities as well, and your capability, because the magician came up, didn't it? Still needs action though as well. Even if you trust in yourself, you still have to take the action, and if you need support, get support from whoever it's necessary to get support from if you can. And then you have drop your shields, protection guardian. Excuse me. So this drop your shields, I feel like that is more the Page of Cups energy. This mental health thing is sticking with me as well. So in terms of that Page of Cups, so I did mention that maybe someone's going through mental health issues and maybe someone's being freed. Like if someone was institutionalized, or there's some sort of circumstance where your mental health restricted you or others restricted you. Someone may be breaking free from that. There is also something here with the mental health thing coming up for the Page of Cups. If someone hasn't admitted or kind of tried to hide it, that they've got mental health problems, and possibly getting help for that. Is there anything here that suggests help? I'm not even sure if I can see anything about help in here, about getting help for mental health issues, but it's just a message in itself that's coming through about mental health. So yeah, again, if you've got mental health issues, it may be a case of dropping the shields and try not to be afraid. I mean, I can't even imagine if you've got a severe mental health problem. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have suffered from anxiety, depression in the past, and I know the fear around that with the stigma, and especially if you've got kids as well, you worry about if people find out, are they going to think that you're capable of looking after your kids? And, you know, there's a bunch of stuff that can come around with that, but it's like some things you just can't do it on your own, can you? You might try and you might do it for a certain amount of time, but there'll be a breaking point at some point. So yeah, but yeah, the drop your shields, as I said, it's vulnerability, whether it is to do with mental health or just showing who you are, and trusting in your dreams and your capability to achieve that. That could be what's relevant here. So I'll leave your reading there, Scorpio. I haven't read from the book for all of the signs. I've kind of, if I felt like I needed to dig any deeper, I've looked for specific parts in the book that I want to read, but I feel like that's that's as much as is needed at this point in time. So I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. If you'd like a personal reading, see the info in the description box. Other than that, thanks again and take care.